is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Did you see my dog jump? He hates it when I clap. Anyway, 2 new knives from CRKT. You love knives. I love knives. We all love knives. They have some unique features, so I figured let me turn the camera on and do a quick explanation of both of these knives. So we have, this is the Mica, the black Mica. It's one of their higher end premium knives with some unique features. This here is a bear claw. It's just a fixed blade stabby pokey that I really like. We're going to go over the Mica first. Just know there's some links down below. If you want to get more information, pick these up. Those links help me out. I appreciate it. Now, let's get into the Mica. The most unique thing about it is going to be how the knife opens. It's an automatic knife, and it opens with a lot of force, but it's not a traditional push button type automatic knife. It's a scale release. So you push forward on one scale and back on the other scale. I'm going to try to get some good close-ups here so you can see exactly what I mean. And from playing around with it, there's kind of 2 different ways of opening it. I like just to use my fingers. I've seen some people use their palm as well. They kind of rest it up against their palm, but that doesn't feel natural. To me, you do whatever you want. Second thing I want to point out is CRKT has their normal, everyday, affordable, good quality knife set. I have a bunch of them. I'm sure you have some as well. But they also have a line of much higher end premium knives, and this falls into that higher end premium category. It's actually made in the United States. That's one of the reasons it's more expensive. A lot of times they will partner with a unique knife designer to help bring their creations to market and mass produce them. Kind of like the Provoke that I've reviewed that I still use all the time. Same idea. Now this knife, let me get this guy's name right, was designed by Philip Booth. Cat is like an artist who designs really pretty, good-looking knives, and they partnered with him to bring this knife to market. So, the clip is a very long black clip. It's a deep carry clip, so it's going to sit pretty low in your pocket. The handles are made from G10 material. I think they look extremely sharp. It has some very slight texturing on it, not very aggressive. The little stripe that you see here is a Philip Booth signature. A lot of his knives have that stripe on there, I guess. That's what I'm told. I'm not very familiar with it, but looking at some of the art he does, knives and non-knives, he's absolutely an artist, and I think it's a super aesthetically a good-looking knife. All right, the blade is a drop point blade, obviously, as you can see. Now, it's made from Magna Cut Steel. And I'm going to be honest with you, boys and girls, I've heard of Magna Cut Steel, but I didn't know a lot about it. So I did a bunch of research, and short version is Magna Cut Steel is just pretty awesome. So it's kind of like stainless steel in a way, where it's just as hard as stainless steel, but it has better corrosion resistance. It has good edge retention, good toughness, and another part of the reason this knife is more expensive than others is it's made in the US, of course, but also that Magna Cut Steel is more expensive and some of the best blade material you can get, and that's part of the reason that the knife's a little bit more expensive. You know, when I got these knives in, I knew right away that this Mica was something special, because CRKT affordable stuff usually just comes in a nice little cardboard box. This was like a nice black magnetic case, and it had a super nice zipper case that it was in, and it was all wrapped up and zippered up, and the case is all padded and nice. So I knew right away, like, this knife's not the normal CRKT. All right, dimensions, weight, and price are up here on the screen. It's a good size knife, good weight, good beefiness to it. I think the biggest pro for me, actually the first thing I'm going to say, is the looks. I know the scale release is unique and cool, but I think the looks is the first thing I noticed. It's a very sharp, aesthetically pleasing knife, and that's the first thing I want to call it. The second thing is going to be the opening feature. I think the scale release is a very solid release, and it's a very unique release as well. So those 2 things are pretty cool. The blade material, that Magna Cut Steel, is awesome. This is my first Magna Cut Steel knife, so we'll see how it holds up. But everything I read, and you can't put anything on the internet that's not real, says Magna Cut Steel is awesome. And I had one more thing. And then, yeah, that was it. I don't really have a con of the knife. Again, it is a premium, more expensive knife, so it's not going to be for everyone. But if you're willing and able to spend more money, it's a cool and unique design, and I will definitely add it to my ever-expanding EDC rotation. All right, before I get into the bear claw, let me quickly thank Natchez, biggest supporter of the Tiberious Gift channel, hunting, fishing, camping, reloading pews, and they have a ton of knives as well. They have a bunch of CRKTs, including the bear claw, and there's a link to both these knives and Natchez, you know where. All right, let's chat about the Bear Claw a little bit. Now, I haven't used this knife a ton, to be honest. Like the Mica, I've carried the Mica for a few weeks. It's been in my pocket, and like I said, it will continue in my EDC rotation. With this fixed blade Bear Claw, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to stick it in the molly panel in my Bronco, right near my seat, and if I ever need a quick, I call them stabby pokies, fixed blade stabby pokies, if I ever need it, it's sitting right there for me. My favorite part of this knife that I want to point out is going to be the circle in the middle of the grip. If you get an opportunity to handle this knife and pick it up, you'll know exactly what I mean. The handle and the circle in the grip is just feels extremely good. It does come with a nice little sheath, lanyard or belt clip can be put on the sheath, which comes with it as well. So if you want to put it on the belt line or a plate carrier or anything like that, that's an option with this knife. Now this is designed, again, CRKT partnered with a knife designer. His name is Russ Comer. He is a professional hunting and fishing guide. And the second I saw his picture when I was doing my research for this knife, and this is a compliment, not an insult, if Russ sees this, the second I saw him, I'm like, he looks like a good old boy that I want to go hunting and fishing with. And yeah, that's exactly what I thought. All right, the handle on this knife is reinforced nylon, so it's affordable, it's lightweight, it's durable, exactly what I would want from a stabby pokey. There's lots of jimping, good aggressive jimping on the bottom and the top of the knife. Again, important to keep your hand in place if you're using it as a stabby pokey, so you don't stabby pokey yourself, just the bad guy. The hole in the grip, I know I mentioned it already, but it just feels so good that I would love for you to be able to get a grip handle on this knife if you can. As far as the blade has a piercing tip. Obviously, it's a very aggressive Hawkbill design, and I got to be honest with you again. This material, the AUS 8, is not something I'm overly familiar with. Again, I've heard of it. Don't know much about it. So I did a bunch of research on both of these materials. What the internet says, and the internet can never be wrong, of course, is that it has good sharpness, doesn't keep an edge as long as some of the more expensive materials, so it's not made for an EDC knife, nor is this knife designed to be, but it has good corrosion resistant, good hardness, and that's kind of what I would want with a stabby pokey. I want something that has, it's a hard material that I don't care how long the edge lasts, you shouldn't be opening boxes with this, but it's very sharp, and it does exactly what a stabby pokey, fixed blade, survival, self-defense, whatever you want to call it, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, there are two different versions of this knife. They are designed to cut open ropes or cut open straps. So if you need wrap, straps, rope, cut, that can do that. Biggest pro for me, let me see what I got. I forgot. It's a great design for a stabby pokey. The handle, the grip, the way it feels, the blade, type of blade, the material, definitely the circle in the middle, all of that stuff is just perfect. The grip material is great, the sheath is nice, and again, I want to go fishing or hunting with Russ because he looks like a good old boy that he would have some fun fishing and hunting. No cons on it, it's priced well, it's designed the way it should, and I'll definitely find a good use for it. Like I said, I don't have a little self-defense tool in my vehicle. I have a molly panel right next to my seat, and I think I could clip it right to that molly panel, and it'd be a perfect little emergency little stabby pokey get away from me in my vehicle. All right. Before you go, let me thank CRKT for their support. They have sent a bunch of knives over the years, and I greatly appreciate their support. There's a link down below again if you want to check anything out from CRKT. Use those links, it helps me. Natchez, thank you to them again. Links also down you know where. Most important, thank you boys and girls for watching. If you think I deserve it, please like, subscribe, comment if you want, but the subscriptions are the big one. They really help. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. By this way, the Mica, I can't stop fiddling with this Mica knife. It is so fun to fidget with. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, be good, stay blessed. See you in the next video.